and privilege to welcome to the podium Lasell's 2019 Commencement Speaker, Congressman Joseph Kennedy III.
Mr. President, thank you. Thank you for the kind introduction, for this extraordinary privilege, and for giving me a little bit of a break to have to follow Alexis, most importantly. Thanks for that, Alexis. Mr. President, for over a decade, you have been a dedicated leader of this school, your students, faculty, this community, and we are all lucky to have you there. Thank you very, very much. A few months ago, I was preparing for a primary debate over in DeWitt Hall. I was wearing my usual ill-fitted suit. President Alexander walked in, gave me a look, and said, "This school has one of the best fashion programs in the country. Come back in a robe that hides your horrid style, or don't come back at all." So, here I am, and thanks for the robe. Becca and Alexis, there's no greater testament of what today is about than what you two just did. This world is not ready for you or any of your other fellow graduates today. Congratulations and well done. To the faculty, to the parents, to the loved ones gathered here today, without you, your sacrifice, and your commitment, this does not happen. I would ask the graduates to stand up and give them a big round of applause because they deserve it too. And now for everybody else, how about the class of 2019? Congratulations, you guys. Those late nights in Brennan, your epic dance battles with Boomer, creative, sometimes appropriate signs screaming at runners on Marathon Monday, getting lit with Cousin Stiz and Swooly. You guys will have to explain that one to your parents. Not going to do it. And now, all that stands between you and that diploma is a ruthless senior week hangover and me. One of the only Democrats that doesn't have to be campaigning in Iowa or New Hampshire today. There ain't enough Pedialyte in the world, folks. Settle in. Lasers, I don't know how much wisdom I can impart on you that you haven't learned over the past few years from the faculty, the friends, and the family that surround you today. I'm a commencement speaker, so I'm obligated to try. Just a few years ago, I found myself seated in seats just like yours, under a sweltering summer sun, trying best I could to make it to a glorious free lunch. And I remember vividly what I imagine many of you are feeling at this moment. This weird combination of relief, anxiety, joy, sadness, and a tinge of boredom. Don't laugh too hard at that. I also remember how I felt a few months later as I started on a journey to the Dominican Republic as a Peace Corps volunteer. I remember nervously killing time in Miami airport. I remember the haze that surrounded me as I steadied myself in the customs line in Santo Domingo's airport before spending my first night in a convent. have never been so acutely aware of this hair, a skin designed to burn, my inability to properly roll my R's, and just how intimidating a nun can be. I had braced for change, but now I needed to brace a change that I could not possibly have imagined. For the next 2+ years, I lived in a small village near Rio de Mahagua, helping a bunch of tour guides who had been abused by travel companies that cared little, if at all, about their safety or well-being. Together, we wrested control of a beautiful, precious natural resource away from a distant tourism industry and placed it where it belonged, in the hands of those raised on its banks. Along the way, we stumbled. We faced rejection. We rejoiced. We shared moments of emotional and physical pain and unbridled joy. And I learned that the greatest contribution that you can make to this world comes from a place deep within yourself, where passion and belief and doubt all mix together. Few experiences spark that moment more than those of profound transformation. Language and location might be different than here today at Lasell, but today marks a similar moment in your lives. You walked onto this campus beaming with excitement, anxious with uncertainty. For many of you, starting college was your first prolonged period away from home. Apart from the security of parents and childhood friends, free from the structures of your family and community. Today, you walk off as graduates, again beaming with excitement, and now confident about the world that awaits. And graduates, if there's one thing I know about each of you, it is this: that you will channel the experiences that you have had on this campus into the choices that you will make an every day going forward. You'll carry with you the memories made through laughter and tears. You'll draw from the classes that you've taken, the riveting and the required. You will lean on the relationships you've built these past few years. And with the passage of time, the world that surrounds you has changed, and you have changed with it. Self-driving cars and trucks are merging onto American streets. Smart clothing can teach you yoga, track your heart rate, or unlock your phone with a subtle wave. With the opening of the Science and Technology Center here on campus, you've had an opportunity to directly contribute to the rapid innovation that has come to define these times. 2 elections have swung a political pendulum so fast that even those of us who don't consider themselves political feel whiplash. A country, a state, and a campus. You and I continue to weather the hard and complex time for our nation. But we have also had cause to celebrate. In just this past year, you've watched 2 majestic duck boat parades in the midst of Boston. And if you're hanging around, we're going to get one more. Get one more. And now, either Billy Ray Cyrus is the hottest rapper of 2019, Lil Nas X is the most popular country singer of the decade. It's all very confusing. And through it all, you have persisted and you have grown. So instead of advice, I stand here with a challenge. Embrace that change once again. Do not fear it, do not run from it, and don't you dare back down. Because, class of 2019, you have come of age in one of the most tumultuous periods in our nation's history, and you have not backed down yet. Your generation has been challenged by adversity and defined by resilience. The Twin Towers fell, and a Freedom Tower rose. Bombs tore through a marathon finish line. Lasell raced into the smoke to save life and limb. Recession decimated savings and left this nation facing years of uncertainty. Resilient families like yours worked long hours and late shifts to lift her back up. Glaciers have melted, reefs withered, hurricanes destroyed. Young people demanded action. Government largely demurred. Scientists and volunteers responded. A young black senator broke ancient barriers to our Oval Office. Women grabbed the reins of boardrooms in the New York Stock Exchange and conquered U.S. Army Ranger School. Men and women made marriage equality the law of our land. Regular people with extraordinary ambition who knew we could be better. Class of 2019, this is the world you shape. And there is no one better equipped to dictate what happens next. Because your degree acknowledges your determination, your perseverance, and your confidence. Your youth demands you put those values into action. Your degree arms you with skills that matter. Your youth arms you with the vision that inspires. Your degree validates your knowledge. Your youth grants you defense against cynicism and doubt. Your degree codifies a lifetime achievement that led you to this moment. Your youth dreams of a better tomorrow. This is your time. The time for a generation that recognizes that this world waits for no man and no woman. A time for a generation born near tragedy, raised through turmoil, and poised to transform our world. Time for a group of undaunted high school students from Parkland to demand the end of gun violence. Time for a teenage girl from Pakistan to tell terrorists that a bullet will not stop her education. Time for a 16-year-old Swedish student to inspire millions to stand in our streets and give our planet a voice. Time for change. Time for you. Class of 2019, you are already making your mark. Right here in our community, our Commonwealth, and our country. You envisioned the future of fashion, and you brought it to life in Runway 2019. Could have used a little help a couple months ago, but never mind. You saw a day when no one in your community would go hungry. So you transformed empty bowls into thousands of meals at the Center Street Food Pantry. You saw beautiful pathways where others saw only neglect. So you traveled to the mountains of Georgia to rejuvenate the Appalachian Trail. You saw the devastation left in the wake of Hurricane Harvey. So you left your homes behind to go build houses in Houston. You read, you learned, you bonded, you grew, you cried, you laughed, you questioned, you doubted, you celebrated, you traveled. You changed. You changed this campus. You changed this community. You changed your friends, you changed your families, and you changed you. You are changing this country, and you are the only ones who can. So go out there and take it with everything that you've got. This world waits for no one, and I know we don't have to wait for you. Cannot wait to see what you do next. Class of 2019, congratulations, and go get it.
Stand right over here. Chairman Holmes would join us at the podium, please. Lasell College honorary